Hello again, everybody, and this is just Pontarelli coming back at you with some more Interstellar Pilot. And this time, guys, I'm bringing you guys a treat, or more specifically, this is going to be a treat for one of yous. I'm going to call him Mr. V. Mr. V made a comment about having some trouble beating up overlords with his Ares class vessel. And I'm here to tell you guys it's not a problem at all. It's very easy to do. Or more specifically, it might take 2 runs, but guess what? We're going to do it. And I'm going to demonstrate a nice, easy way of getting it done. Alright? So let's pop into a game. Now I'm going to use a file, hopefully, where I have a lot of money to throw around. The JSON file might work, actually. But at the same time, we need a file where we can pick on a worthy opponent, too. That's the problem. So I have to find a good file. I think maybe Captain Khan? So the idea with Captain Khan was Mr. Khan was supposed to be kind of like the good guy who turns bad and then rebels and then later, kills everybody. That was Captain Khan. I'm hoping, though, I have an older save file where he hasn't done the job yet, and there's still good guys with big ships that I can take on. Utopia Sector. Orion class frigate. Obviously, right? It's my baby. The Precise, to be precise. Okay. And, please tell me Utopia is existing here. No, it's not, of course. So, yeah, factions, duh, right? So you look at that, I'm honorable, okay? And I'm friends with most of the good guys, I guess, right? And guys, although I've taken out the TEF, the bandit pirate things, they still hate my guts. And let's see, is Lambda alive? No, of course not. Why would Lambda be alive? Okay, well, this is bad. Let's try the bounty board, shall we? We need to find and pick on... We need to find a non-cloaking overlord, first of all. So what's the idea with this? Well, we want to be able to take on an overlord with an Ares. If I can find one. This might not be... Well, I can maybe try the Firelight Company and Androla. Alright, let's try that. Or no, we're not going to be able to find them because they'll be cloaked and we're not enemies yet. So that's not good. Okay, that's okay. We'll look around. First of all, let's get into an Ares. Get rid of our turrets, as always. If I got a rather decent-sized fleet. The shipyard. And let's go with buy ship. Now, guys, I don't use Ares because, well, in my opinion, maybe not as fast as an Orion. I'd prefer the speed. But I guess when it comes down to my opinion, I just think the Ares look kind of goofy looking, so, whatever, it's all good. Don't worry about it, guys. It's nothing against the Orions, or sorry, the Ares. I'm sure they're very capable vessels. And that's why I'm very convinced that we can very easily use this thing to take out an Orion. And I promise, guys, if I can take out an Overlord with an Orion, we can do it with an Ares too, okay? So I'm gonna, so I'm here to help people that are not, that want some assistance with the game. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're gonna change the name of this ship because, well, because that's no good. Let's call it the, it's gonna be too long, isn't it? Okay, let's do, it was gonna be Overlord Slayer, but I'm thinking that's gonna be, like, too long. So we'll just call him the, let's see if that works. So that's gonna stand for Overlord Slayer, okay? Alright, now let's get rid of all the stuff I don't want. Okay, start with a clear slate. So first of all, I might need to check out my, no I don't actually. It tells you the arcs right here, the firing arcs. So front left, that basically covers the front and left side of your ship. And there's front right. You know what we're gonna want? Something big and beefy. Do they have level 5 lasers? No, but that's okay. We don't need level 5 lasers. We don't need them. So we're gonna get the biggest things we can put on there. Level 3s. Now level 3, the lasers are mostly designed to take out smaller ships. So in reality, if you wanted to take out, because it even shows you like an info, check it out. This weapon pushes the range and damage limits of plasma-based weaponry. It is not effective against fast-moving vessels due to its slow projectile. Yeah, it's a slow projectile, so it's, not good for fast things. But what it means is if you wanted to, guys, you could easily use it to probably take out larger vessels, such as the Overlord. So for larger ships, guys, definitely don't be afraid to use plasma. I typically don't because I prefer the smaller lasers. They're more accurate. But we're going to go ahead and stick a level 3 plasma turret for the mid turret and see what that does. We want to double check the firing arc though. Now for rear, I really want something big in the rear. Probably a level 3. Probably. Let's beef it up to level 3. And the top turret can remain as a military launcher. Let's go with shield. Obviously, if you have the money, max it out. Okay. No point keeping this thing, as is. Now, in reality, if you wanted to use this thing to make a little money on the side, install a passenger module. Don't be afraid to do that on your larger ships as well. Okay? They can defend themselves. They can defend their cargo, if any. And passengers can definitely be considered cargo, in my opinion. So they're making you money. And obviously, countermeasure too. Okay? So we're going to do this first. Now, you've seen me destroy things with 30 interceptor missiles or less sometimes. So that's what we're going with. Our standard load of things. 30 and 10 ECM, okay? Let's do this. Let's actually do 20. Okay? And you'll see why in a moment. I'm going to beef this up a bit too, probably to like 50 or something. Because when we find an Overlord, okay, because one of the comments was something along the lines of the target being overpowered. Something like, it might have been along the lines of I took down an Overlord, it was overpowered. So we're gonna, show you guys that not only can you win against an Overlord with smaller vessels like the Orion, which you've seen me do, or even the Ares. Okay, but at the same time, I want you guys to see me doing well. Okay, this thing cannot cloak at all, so that's okay, no big deal. But I also want you guys to see me taking down an opponent that's really well armed. So I need to find any Overlord and then beef it up before I declare war on it. Okay. So let's get going. Let's go hunting, shall we? So we gotta just get out the door, go to Trekos apparently. Or in Beta Pindola. Yeah, so guys, look at this. So Let me pause it real quick. Factions. Notice what's missing from this list, right? Let's pop up minor factions. Okay. So typically this would be where all the powerful guys are. See, now we have the list arranged by power. Okay. So deep space mining is still there. Okay. Polar, I think, might be like something that popped up. Or maybe not, I don't remember. But this is uncharted space, okay? We have New World Mining, Zeta, Osprey, Sioux, Castle, Firelight, Windmill, Cold Steel. Notice what we're missing though, guys. Have you seen the TEF? Have you seen Lambda? No. The TEF and Lambda are gone. I want to say along with, let's organize by name, and is there El Gahat? Look for El Gahat. Not there, right? We arranged the list by name, which means El Gahat should be right there. Now, how about, I forgot the name of the pirates. Oh, boy. Black Sail. Okay, Black Sail. Is Black Sail here? Nope. Black Sail's not here. There's the bees, they'd be right there. So we've basically taken out, like, every gigantic faction already with this file. So check it out, guys. Okay, let's start from the top here. Actually, not the top. You can pass that up here. So our first thing is a military base, Army HQ in Beta Pendola, okay? Along with the shipyard and a trade station in the same area, okay? We've turned off the turrets. Yep, there's lots of turrets as well. In Utopia, you have a military base, and apparently... Or no. We also have a trade station. It's called Army Station in Utopia. In Galeen, we have Army HQB. So it's kind of like Army HQ, Army HQB, Army HQC. Each one of those is a military base. So in Galeen, there's a military base as well. And look at that, Army Station B in Galeen. In Utopia, there's also a regular repair shop. And that's it. So, but lots of, like 3 trade stations, I think. Yep, three trade stations, a shipyard, 3 military bases. I mean, we're rocking. Okay. So let's get back to work here. So finding a giant enemy could be a bit of a problem. Or finding any large... we could just do like a regular job. Okay, that's probably, a way to do it, but you want to find an opponent for this little target practice thing or this little mission that's going to be powerful. We want a powerful enemy. Okay, which means we need to find a powerful enemy. Let's see here. Where might they hide? Let's try Helemus, I guess, guys. So we've got 10 ECM to give away. We've got at least 20 missiles to give away. And if they're fully stocked already, or they don't have the room or whatever, or if they won't buy from us, we'll just dump the excess stuff. Okay? Just as a way to kind of demonstrate that, yeah, you can win against an Overlord. Even with an Ares. Bingo. Real quick, for fun, not that it matters, because we're just doing this for a quickie. Yeah, that's okay. Cargo! Wait, never mind. Let me just scan them first. Target, scan. So he's got the standard armament. He's got 8 rockets. I mean, this is pretty standard for an Overlord, guys. 8 rockets, Achilles missiles, interceptors, lancers, but not much. Only 5 ECM level 1, boring. I've got more missiles than him anyway, so it's like, hey, you know what? I could kill this dude. As far as missiles, actual like seeking missiles, he's only got 10. Okay? I've got him by 20, so I can give him 10 missiles and pump him up a bit. And I can definitely give him 10 ECM. And components, nothing major. He's got a mid-level 4 laser turret. Nothing excessive. This guy is really a pushover, but we're gonna change that. We're gonna give him some more stuff to use. So he's got a military launcher, so he can definitely use the better stuff, right? He can definitely do that. Let's go to cargo, sell cargo. Let's give him, oh, I guess that's all he can use then. Okay, cargo, sell cargo, and that's all he can take, I guess. Okay. Now, guys, 1 minute because we have to check on something first. This is very important. Check your scanner. Before you do anything silly like this, check your scanners. He's with Spire, so let's check for Spire stuff. New Haven, Zeta, New Haven, DSMC, blah, blah, blah. No Spire stuff. Let's check for ships. DSMC, Epsilon, Zeta. I think we're pretty much on our own as far as that's concerned. Now, one last check, guys. Target, scan, info. Click the I next to their name. And allies would be Polar, Matrix, and Polaris. So if we attack this guy, we might end up in a war with other guys too, but we're going to chance it. Diplomacy. Prepare to die. Whoa, 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 whoa. So what's the strategy? Rely on your missiles a lot, okay? Because remember, they have big weapons. So rotate your shields, okay? And if you can, work on a section of shielding, okay? Work on a okay, do have some... I got some more heat coming too, so we're not... Yeah, okay. Work on a section of shielding so that when you finally, you know, do have a breach that you can work with, you want to be able to really press it, you know? Press that breach. It's probably premature on the launch. That's premature. That's okay, that's not a big deal. See, so that plasmas, see, it's not accurate though. The problem with plasmas is you probably need to fire them up close. So I'm using the camera lock, which I really don't like too much, but it seems to be proving helpful. So I can keep them, you know, in my sights at all times. And don't be afraid to use missiles. Missiles are awesome, especially interceptors. Did I do it that time? Yeah, I got him. Okay. And now, guys, for the spoils of war, turn off your target lock, pick up your scanner, then a little celebratory plundering. Oops, no, not that. There you go. Okay, don't kill my stuff. Just picking up some rockets. And in reality, if you wanted the money that badly, pick up their scrap, take it back to your supply depot, your little repair shop, whatever, military base, drop it off. You're good to go. Guess what? You've just taken out a decent-sized target with your Ares. Okay? So, let me just pause it real quick. Oh, real quick, let's do this too, though. Let's pause. Let's go to factions. Let's go to opinion. Let's fix this. Comms. Diplomacy. Truce. Yeah. Good to go. Okay. There you go. Let's take care of this too. Factions. Just in case anyone declared war on me too, you know. Don't want that. Dominion, Corona. Especially these are the bad guys. I mean, they always hate you anyway. Like, see, like how you can even, like you can make these guys not hate you as much, but they're still not gonna be nice to you. Okay, they're still gonna be hostile towards you. Okay. And it looks like we've already, yeah, so we're good. Okay. So everyone else is still the same way towards us as they were before. That's good. Okay. So I'm just gonna sit here for a little while and basically talk about what just happened and how we do it. So, what's the strategy? First of all, in a real battle, your opponent would probably have opened fire on you well before you can touch them. Because a lot of overlords have level 5 or level 4 lasers, which means they have long ranged lasers. Okay? But the interceptor missile, with the military turret, the military launcher, has a range of about, I want to say 500. I forget the exact range, but it's around 500. Okay? But it usually seems to click in around 475 in reality. Okay? Depending on whether you have it like rear mounted or front mounted. Okay? And don't be afraid, and don't think it's overkill to load up your thing with missiles and ECM, especially if that's how you want to use it, you know? If you want to have a military ship, guys, have a military ship. Load the thing with weaponry. It's not a bad thing to do. Okay, it's really okay. Yeah, okay. So that's okay. Let's let this guy have some fun, shall we? And it might be okay to equip a level 3. Yeah, let's run. Don't want to play with his friend either. He's got friends. Okay, we're fine. Okay. All better. Okay. I'm not saving this file, so I'm not going to be too concerned about anything being destroyed anyway, so... Guys, if you want to use this thing as a cargo ship, that's fine. But you can still use some cargo space for weaponry. Okay? Even if you equipped it with simply 30 missiles, 25 missiles, I mean, look. I came in guns blazing with what, like 50 of these things? I used only about 25. So if we equipped 30 on this thing, you'd be fine. I'd only used like maybe, what, like 6 if I had 20, right? Or no. Yeah, I had like 20 ECM. I only used 6. It's not bad. Okay. If you really want to, you can use target lock or camera lock, which is right next to your navigation controls and your little 3 bars in the corner. And that does help you maybe maneuver a little bit better in terms of, you know, where your opponent is in relationship to yourself. I'll repeat that again, because I know I'm talking too fast. So use the camera lock if you want to, because you can actually see where you are and control where you are better in relationship to where your opponent happens to be, okay? That way you can also maybe do some circling maneuvers, circle your opponent, and remember, rotate your shields. Okay, so if your shields on one side are getting weak, rotate around. Okay? You want to use those shields, but don't let one side get beat up too often. And remember, don't come in, you know, just flying in forward because you're going to get your front shield nailed. Then you're going to be vulnerable in the front and pretty much unable to turn and shoot them with anything else. You know? So don't be afraid to let them trail you, you know, and nail them with missiles from long range. Especially those interceptor missiles. Those things are awesome. And don't be afraid to spam them. Just because you see they have an ECM launched, it doesn't mean stop launching missiles. It just means you're going to have more misses. Okay, but eventually they're going to exhaust their supply of ECM, and those things will start hitting. the very bare minimum, they'll have to start shooting your missiles down with their lasers. Which means at that point, charge them. At that point, charge your opponent, charge them, missiles flying, and then you can start to shoot them with your other guns too. And yeah, the plasma's the plasma's a little inaccurate, but don't be afraid to get a little closer and shoot them with plasma too, okay? It does work. So those are your options. That's how you do it, guys. So, obviously if you were, being attacked by an overlord, turn around, put on your speed, start firing off your interceptors, okay? But do not let them nail one shield too much. So remember to rotate around, keep your target locked on if you want to. If you don't, then don't worry about it. Okay? You got some weaponry in the back, it looks like, with this thing. Don't be afraid to use it. That's pretty much about it, really is. So yeah, rotate your shields. If you have to, let them chase you around. Put on some speed. Start shooting them with missiles, okay? And then finally, when you have their frontal shield down, or maybe you want to, pick on a rear shield, okay? Try to focus on one shielding section at a time. Typically, I like to go for their front shield, because as they chase you, what happens? They have to put their nose towards you to chase you. Then you start nailing their frontal shield as you run away with missiles. You run away, nail them with missiles, their front shield finally collapses. That's when you turn around. You turn around and you nail them. You nail them full force. Okay? You nail them full force with your lasers, and at that point they go down. Okay? And that's what happens. That's all there is to it. So, that's all you do, guys. And that's how you take down an overlord with any weaker vessel. Now, you're not going to have much luck with a flyer or anything, too weak, but, at the same time, don't be afraid to try it with an Orion or an Ares, for sure. Okay? So as an example, let's put on our camera lock, okay? Shoot them with missiles. Watch the beeps, listen to the beeps. As they get faster, launch your ECM. You got a decent range with a level 3 laser. And rotate the shields, You have to fly sideways, do it. Just don't keep flying in one direction. Especially if you have to avoid stuff. At some point, you might have to turn around and what you gotta do, shoot them in the face. There you go, look at that. Oops, oh my gosh. I'm getting all disorientated. Anyway, you get the idea, we're dead. Not enough speed, I need a cloak. Because I can't outrun those things. So we're dead at this point. So fighting with an Ares against pirates is not my cup of tea. It's really not. Could you do it? Yeah, but use an Ares X, okay? So when you need a cloak, you can go ahead and do it, and that would work better. I'm about to die. Well, anyway, guys, that was fun, huh? Nope, not today. Not dying today. That's for sure. But you get the idea, okay? Now, you guys, you've seen me take on pirates before. It's not a big deal. Um, ECM definitely helps. Please, whatever you do, upgrade your engines. In a case like that, I would prefer a faster vessel, such as an Orion, or come in with, like, if you want to, come in with a small fleet of Orions or even Ares. And such a battle would be much easier. I've taken on pirate bases before with fully loaded Magnuses, pretty much no problem, except the issue of taking too many missiles. But then Overlords are nice, in my opinion, against pirate bases. They're very well equipped vessels. Okay, but the advantage that an Ares will have against an Overlord is speed. So take advantage of it. Take advantage of the speed. Get some distance between you and them, because they can use powerful lasers. Okay, but that's okay. You got to get the timing down. Remember, they can't fire those things too often, so once they've fired at you, as long as your guns are ready, swing around, nail them in the face. So as you're retreating, you're launching missiles, you're working on their front shield. Okay, if they get close enough to you, you got a rear turret maybe, hopefully, nail them, okay? Guys, that military-grade launcher and interceptor missiles will save your life and win the battle for you, almost by themselves. Then you swing around, nail them full power in the face with lasers or whatever weapon you like. If you like plasma or pulse guns, whatever you guys want, use it. Okay, do it. Just make sure whatever you're using is going to be accurate and that you're going to hit your target. I mean, you saw me miss with the plasma. I'm not used to doing plasma, so that was a first for me. I'm typically a laser guy all the way. But if you guys got practice using pulse, plasmas, whatever, do it, whatever you guys like, okay? If you want auto cannons, try that. Whatever works for you, okay? And by all means, fully upgrade your ship. Go to that military base and deck that thing out. Shields, power, whatever you guys name it, deck it out. ECM level 2, definitely, okay? And that's how you do it, okay? I hope that helped, Mr. V. Okay, I really do. So remember, you can defeat that Overlord. Definitely, okay? And don't be afraid to retreat. If you start to take too much damage, go back to a military base, okay? Reload weapons, repair, then go at it again. Especially if you're chasing like a large bounty, it's going to be worth it. And even if you die, guess what? You saved the game, right? Make sure you save the game first, because the game's about having fun. Chasing that large bounty, it's about having fun. Beating the Overlord is about saying, hey, guess what? I can do it, and that was fun, right? So even if you lose like that, like I just did, big deal. It's for fun, right? That's the whole name of the game, having fun. Okay? Don't always take it too seriously. That's why it's okay to experiment and stuff. I remember the first time, guys, I took an Orion one time. I removed all of its main guns, and you can replace them with your military-grade launchers. Okay? And guess what I did? Nothing but interceptors galore. Flew up to this random Magnus, opened fire with interceptor missiles. Within seconds, it was dead. Now, you probably could not do that necessarily with an Overlord because of the ECM capabilities, but hey, you know what? It was a nice matchup. I had a laugh. So anyway, so there you go. And now you know I don't like Ares though as much because they're not as fast. Definitely when attacking a pirate base, my preference would be either a swarm of your own fully loaded Hornets, or even a swarm of fully loaded flyers, or just even a smaller group of Orions. or just maybe one or two of the larger ships, like maybe one or two or three Ares, even a single Overlord, in my opinion, could really do it, as long as you do a couple trips. A lot of times with pirates, you have to use like a couple trips back and forth, you know? Trip one, take out some of their ships, retreat, reload, you know, rinse, slather, repeat, right? That's how you do it with pirate bases sometimes. Okay? So guys, I hope you enjoyed me getting beat up by pirates. And I hope you guys enjoyed me fighting that Overlord, okay? So yeah, that's the general strategy. Once again, I hate to be a broken record, but I want to make sure you guys get this. Retreat, pepper them with missiles. Remember, military grade launcher, interceptor missiles, nail them. But remember to rotate your ship around. Don't just fly in one direction. Fly at an angle, and then once they start to weaken one of your shields, rotate. Rotate, fly the other direction, okay? And then, when you're ready, when you finally have a good shield breach in their front section, turn around. Nail them full force, head on, and nail them with everything you got, okay? And you might have to, you might have to swing around again and go for another pass, but stay in their front. Stay towards the front. Okay, and as long as you're rotating your shields around enough, okay, you'll do fine, alright? Just remember, when you come in at them, try to come in at an angle so they don't necessarily get your front shielding dead, you want to keep that thing alive as long as possible. Because that's where a lot of your guns are. Okay, that's where your main guns are pointed. They're pointed, in the front, right? So, there you go. So, going at an angle, but when your guns are ready and you're in range, nail them. Turn forward, nail them. Then turn around to go for another pass if you have to, okay? And you don't have to go in full speed either. You can always go in like kind of half speed or a quarter speed. So you can nail them multiple times, multiple rounds in the face. Okay? Because by the time you're done kind of letting them chase you with your missiles and stuff, he's about ready to die. All you gotta do is, boom, shields down, turn around, light him up. Okay? So don't forget to upgrade. And guys, let me tell you again, you gotta love them. Interceptor missiles, military grade launchers, that's a must. And guys, whatever weapons you like. I prefer lasers, honestly. They're accurate, they're quick to load. Okay. Maybe not the best damage, but that's okay. But if you guys have experience with plasmas or pulse guns or even autocannons, go for it, no problem, okay? And remember, you can change out any weapon port with something else. Okay, in case you did not know that. So don't be afraid to rotate your guns out, change them up a little bit. Okay? And that's how it works. Not a problem, right? So, Mr. V, hope you learned something. Hope it was enjoyable to watch. I'm sorry I rambled on like an idiot and repeat myself a lot, but, I do that. I'm sorry. That's what I do. And that's it, guys. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. As always, please leave any questions, comments, and/or constructive criticism down below in the comments. Oh yeah, that's right. Remember, guys, Virus 2020. Please be safe and wash your hands. See ya.